So here's the deal. What's best for the patient is best for business, right? Scalability and growth, right? Systems and processes. And as God is my witness, people, I've posted this a lot recently. It comes back to two really important things: understanding the ecosystem of your business and sales. And sales is really broad term. I want you to broaden your mind around this because sales, as I've said, is occurring everywhere in the ecosystem of your business. Sales is occurring everywhere in your life, in your world, right? Your kids, your wife, your spouse, your significant other, your, right, whoever, Starbucks, right? Your boss, negotiation, your employees, right? Whatever, man. Sales is going on all day long. And what sales is understanding how to have a conversation with someone across from you and do it properly. Sales is about excellent communication skills. And by excellent, that needs one of these. Because one of the best communication skills we all suck at is listening, right? And it's funny, you say communication and you think words and this and that. And I'm like, but the number one skill of communication is listening, is when nothing's going on, right? Nothing's going on. So I want to come back to this because I did a post earlier today that I really want to get into. And I'm having this a lot with, just started up a handful of new clients, talking to potential new clients, right? The way most people come into my world, I'm going to argue, is through this front desk world, right? I need your help with my front desk. I need help with sales and I need help with this and that. So, right, I go on these benders like this week where it's just all this sales talk and people go, oh, it's a front desk guy. And I'm like, well, no, this is scalability and growth. This is about the ecosystem of your business. This is about systems and processes that you need in place. So sales is not just one thing, right? Even though it seems like it's just the front desk. And really, that's what my post today was about, that led into this video that I want to share with you guys is right? We look at the front desk. People come to me and say, I want front desk training. And really my follow-up is, show me where it fits in the patient's journey, in on their road to patient success, of which most of I would get about 10 minutes of dead air, which is okay, because I want people to think about that question. And I want people to go, you know what? I don't understand that journey. I go, cool. And I want people to take me through what the journey is. And I go, cool. Right? It doesn't matter what your answer is. The point is, you just have to understand, without that context, we will never be successful. Without that context, you can't hire the right people at each of those sales points, right? There's 3 sales cycles in your patient's journey. If you don't understand their journey, then you don't know where to drop the right people. Then you're hiring improperly for your business. I've done talks on this. This is on my YouTube. It's all over the place, right? I've done podcasts on this. We hire customer service people and ask them to be salespeople. It will never, ever happen. Never has happened in the history of the face of the earth. Ain't going to happen today. You cannot turn a customer service person into a salesperson. And let's just go the other way, right? Good salespeople don't want to do customer service. Good customer service people don't want to do sales because that's not their skills. There's not their attributes. That's not their superpower. So can you train my front desk? It depends. Did you hire for the right attributes and skills for people who can manage this? Because what's funny is, right, so which goes into today, there are no scripts. There are no scripts. Great salespeople don't need scripts. They need to know things. They need a template. They need to know the process. They need to know the outline. Because everything they need to be a great salesperson comes from the person, roll with me on this, hope you're sitting down, comes from the person sitting across from them, on the phone, on the Zoom, on the table. Everybody comes to me and says, well, the thing is, we got to have a meeting because your salesperson or your front desk person has to learn everything about what we do here in the office. And I'm like, no, we don't. I got to know about the people you're serving. That's what great salespeople do, is they listen. They ask better questions and they listen to the person who's calling, looking for a solution that possibly you can deliver, possibly can deliver. So there cannot be a script. There can be a process, there can be a system, there can be an outline, there can be a template for a conversation. But as you've listened, or hopefully have listened, when it comes to the art and science of selling, the science has to come first. So what is the structure for this call? Cool. What's our deliverables? What's our product, right? What's our deliverable and product? Right? Physical therapy is not hard to figure out what the product delivers. Other industries, yeah, you got to dig a little deeper. What's the solution for this, right? What solution does our product deliver? Okay, cool. That's all I need. That's why for physical therapy, we don't need to know the treatments and services, because guess what the solution is that the product delivers? Your outcomes. You're the person on the other end of the phone. That's what's so cool about this. The person on the phone tells me, if I ask the right questions, if we are the best fit for them. This is the whole fucking epiphany aha moment for everybody. So there is no debt. There is no script. And let me go back to the beginning. If you're asking for a script, it's because you don't understand the patient's journey and the 3 cell cycles and the objectives of those steps to do what? To create patient success. Substitute client, substitute customer. Your front desk salesperson is sitting in the same position as any salesperson in any huge, great company. Your front desk salesperson has the same roles and responsibilities as any great salesperson in any company. I've said this a million times. If you want to sell commodities, give them a script and have them just go through the script. I've said this a million times. You can sell commodities. Some of the biggest companies on the face of the earth are commodities, making billions of dollars. Walmart. Nothing wrong with Walmart. Great business model, and they fucking deliver. McDonald's, right? All these places. So I'm not knocking that. Yet you need to understand, do you want to be a commodity or do you want to sell expertise? Now we're having a conversation here. And if you understand your clients, your patient's journey within your business and practice, and you understand the 3 cell cycles, you understand the objectives of each of the cell cycles. And therefore, there does not have to be a script. It's what gets delivered to the next step. These 5 things, these 3 things, these 4 things. How do you get it? I ask better questions. So if we want to talk about a process and a template, we could say there are the better questions to be asked. And that's what my 5-step process is. Sorry, it's 1 statement, it's 3 to 4, it's 3 questions, and then 1 recap at the end to remind people why they should arrive. So a template, a structure, a process is the questions to be asked. A script becomes check boxes in selling commodities, AKA most of the calls I make, most of the secret callers I do, most of the calls I listen to. So there is no script. And if you're asking for a script, it means you don't understand the process. That's okay. It means you don't understand the 3 cell cycles in your business. That's okay. Right? Step 1 is, hey, I don't know this. That's cool. I'm not bashing anybody. I'm just telling you why that's your problem. Because it's your problem, right? It's your business, it's your practice. So it is your problem. But it's not, hey, you got a problem. It's a problem that needs to be solved for you. If there's an art and a science to this, then a script deletes the art. It just blows the art up. It eliminates the art. And it's your team's ability, and it's your front desk sales team members' ability to apply the art to the science that is going to make your business far more successful. Give them the template, give them the structure, give them the questions that need to be answered, and let them have a conversation. And then train the people who raise their hand to say, I'm good at these skills. I want to work at your business, AKA your hiring process, right? They raise their hand, they send in a resume, send in a cover letter. You took them through the interview process. They raise their hand. but you wrote a job description and a job ad that fits this and not a general catch-all front desk ad. I had to rewrite one with someone yesterday. I'm like, what do you want this person to do? This is a kitchen sink, man, because this person isn't right. You know, it's funny. The typical front desk job posting is such a mishmash that you get someone who's okay at all the things. You never get someone who's good. And by the way, you set them up for failure. So there's more context, right? Right. Hiring the wrong person for a role does not make them a bad hire or a bad person. It's you hired the wrong person. Right. So when I'm asked to train customer service people in sales, it's not that person's fault. That's not their skills. That's not their skill set. That's not their superpower. That's not their strength. They were hired to do customer service, and now you're asking them to be trained in sales. That's not a bad hire. It's a wrong hire. So, right. So you put something together, someone who with the art of the conversation, right? And then you build that into the interview process, and then you get them trained and on board, and they kick ass and they grow your company because they know how to get the things we need off of this list through a conversation. They know how to get the science through the art, right? There are no scripts. There are no scripts. There are no scripts. And a script turns even the best salesperson into a taskmaster, into a list checker. And everybody knows when that person on the other end of the phone is checking off the list. I love doing secret callers, and I'm like, God, I wish I could see their list right now. I've asked people periodically, and if it's within the context of what are you looking at right now? Right? What are you doing? Oh, I'm looking at the list of things I have to get from you. I'm like, brilliant. But remember, that person either was trained that way or was never trained at all. So they take the path of least resistance. Good for them. 100% good for them. They're getting the job done that you didn't tell them what the objectives and goals were, but they're getting the job done because that's what you're paying them for. But what's it doing in your practice? Decreased arrivals, increased no-shows, increased drop-offs, decreased completed plans of care, AKA decreased revenue for money already spent, decreased ROI, decreased margin, right? All coming from there is no front desk script. There's no script. This goes with the ecosystem of the business. It goes with the flow of the business. It goes with understanding marketing, sales, retention, where it all fits in there. And then all of a sudden, sales just becomes this big, huge cloud intermingling within all of it, right? Because don't forget, this no script for your front desk leads into what? Sales cycle number 2, the selling the plan of care, which feeds into sales cycle number 3, completing the plan of care. Each of those builds on each other. So the data you collect during sales cycle 1 flows through to sales cycle number 2, flows through to sales cycle number 3. All of those are dependent on the art of selling. The science part is easy. A lot of people have the list of things we need, right? So that's good because we have to start there. That's got to be first. What's missing insanely is the art. Those are the people asking for the script. And once you understand the person across from you is the most important thing, then there's no way you could have a script. Because that means you're excluding them from sharing what's really important to them. Appreciate it all. If you guys have any questions, concerns, or thoughts, you can always reach out to me wherever you are, either in the comments below, on Twitter, DMs, and Instagram, private messaging, and Facebook Messenger, any of that, man. I love it. And anybody can vouch. I respond to everybody. I respond to everybody, right? People schedule calls. We have the call. And by the way, there's no obligation for the calls, and there's no, oh my God, I got to pitch these people. I got to get them on board. It's like, by the way, it's no different. Yeah, that's funny. That's not even why I brought it up. I got no agenda I have one agenda when you call. What's the problem you need solving? Let's talk about that solution. Are you involved in that solution, Jerry? Nope. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. But if I don't get your problem first, then it just becomes a big pitch fest. And you're like, wow, he's so salesy. Be interesting to go back with every freaking first call I've ever done and see if I sounded salesy. Meaning asking the people, did he sound salesy? No, he helped me solve a problem. No, he sent me somewhere else. No, we moved on into business. My favorite ones would be if people go, no, who I'm doing business with too, right? So what's the problem you need help with? Right. And whatever you're going to talk about, we're going to have a conversation and see who can help you solve that problem. And it may just be some instructions that you have to go out and do some things to solve that problem, right? Nothing wrong with that. Cool. Great use of time. All right. Have an awesome day and see you next time.